Welcome to Life, Raw, Real, and Uncut. I'm Jen, and I'm here with my husband Dan. We are here to take you along our perfectly imperfect journey of life. We are both fully involved parents of 2 young kids and manage multiple businesses. This is our story on how we juggle family, business, and everything in between. Raw, real, and uncut. Oh, my hair's looking crazy. Hey, everyone. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today. I am Jen Konikoff, and I'm joined by my honey bunny / hot sauce man, Dan Konikoff.
Hello.
The man speaks.
Double hello, not just one hello.
Not just one, double the wham. Yeah. Well, babe, I gotta tell you, this is episode 4, and I'm pumped. I know you're pumped. We really love the feedback, the vibes, everything that we are just getting back from everyone. Love it. Thank you. We are receiving it. We are hearing it loud and clear. So keep the feedback, keep the comments coming. We appreciate it. We've really started enjoying, we've enjoyed it from like step 1, but we've enjoyed it more and more as the episodes go on, right? It's become our date night. It's become a little bit of a talking points. The kids have even talked about like, oh, is that going to be talked about on the podcast? And we're like, maybe.
I don't know how we're going to get to all those date nights that everybody requested with this podcast.
I know. We have so many good ideas. I'm really pushing for a few specifically that were mentioned on Facebook. We had some really cool ideas, and one of them was that like indoor skydiving thing. Since I never actually got him to jump out of a plane, right? I can do the next best thing.
I'm just getting over that. I heard you say a few of them.
A few.
Then we'll start with one, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm thinking like a whole month. So he has no idea what's going to like happen. So just, stick along for the ride, babe.
All right.
All right, Dan. So tell me, what's going on with you? You're looking good.
I know.
For anybody listening on Spotify or just listening to the YouTube version, Honey Bear is looking very, very nice.
Very crisp and clear. You can probably see all the spots I missed shaving. If there's one thing this thing has gotten me is to shave once a week.
Yeah.
At least.
I know. It's crazy. That's not Dan's repertoire. Okay.
I mean, you can hear it scraping, just ripping out my hair as we go. And I have like these 2 that I bounce back from. There's like 2 of them in there, and I always grab one, I look at it, grab the other one, and they're both about equally crappy.
But the thing is you bounce back between the 2. You just need to be like, Jen, grab me a pack when you go to the store or when you do an order.
That's an option.
Yeah. And don't you dare say that I steal them, because I do not.
The fact that it still works is, I think, what deters me from getting another one. Like, is this thing ever going to stop working? Like, I'm testing the limits of this thing. I mean, they're cheap razors, and I'm like, this thing's still cutting away, man. Like, this thing's got some miles left on it.
It's cutting away, and
it's cutting away my skin.
It's cutting skin cells at a rapid pace, babe.
I'm actually scared to use a new razor because I don't even know if I know how to use one anymore. I'm going to push too hard. It's just a big...
Dan's over here calling the an emergency line because he pushed too hard with a new razor.
Yeah, maybe you should get some of those nice razors that you have.
Venus, yeah, they're great.
I'm sitting here using the Bic.
Well, yeah, personal choice, Dan.
Well, we don't sell those anymore.
Personal choice, all right? That's on you. All you have to do is say, Jen, pick me up a pack or something. I'm not trying to be up on your stuff too. I have my hands full.
All right. Well, either way, good hygiene.
Yeah, you're looking good. Hot stuff. Hot sauce stuff.
I do need a haircut though. I'll get to that next week.
Gotcha. All right.
Maybe I'll have a goatee next week like I wanted to do.
God.
I was throwing around today.
So he came into the office today like, Jen, what do you think? And then he's covering his face. So for anybody
giving you a visual.
Anybody who's like not watching on YouTube and is just listening to it, he's coming into the office with his hands on his face, hand on the computer. He's like, what do you think if I just did this? What did you call it? Some straps?
No, I'm just like, I was looking at myself and I'm like, how come we always look the same? What are we doing here? Like, got rocking the same haircut, the same beard. I'm like, do a goatee.
You look
Little
great.
Fu Manchu, something.
I don't know what a Fu Manchu is.
Oh, it's when you take out the middle part and it's like a, it just comes down.
That's not happening. Absolutely not.
Remember in high school, I had the little chin strap.
No.
No?
Hard no. I like your face the way you are. You're gorgeous. You're hot. You're Dr. Hot stuff over here. All right.
Yeah, but you're always changing styles and everything.
Yeah, I like a good. I mean, you guys have all seen me. I've been every shade of every color, every hair length.
I feel like when you do that kind of stuff regularly, like change your look.
Yeah.
It's like acceptable.
Yeah.
To keep constantly have. You can rock a mohawk, you can rock a fade, you can rock long hair, you want a goatee, you do whatever. I feel like when you don't change often enough, the minute you do something, somebody's like, "Oh, what's with the goatee?" "Oh, what do you mean?" And you can put on the spot like you're trying to. They know what you're doing. You're trying to change your look a little bit, and trying to.
I mean,
I don't know, but
you're just not used to because you don't do it. But I change my look all the time, and people are always like, "Oh, Jen, new look." Yep, summer vibes or fall vibes, and whatever it is, I'm always changing something up. It is what it is. So
you just grow accustomed to the same stuff, and then the minute you change one little thing, everybody notices. It's like, what are you doing that? You didn't like your mustache, or you didn't like the beard? What happened? And then the kids don't recognize you for a minute. Remember that time when I shaved everything off my face?
Mila didn't recognize them.
I think I freaked them out with that.
I mean, then our friends freaked out when
they start crying. I'm like, Jesus, it looked that bad, or you just? I don't like it. I like facial hair.
You look good.
But I mean, I don't think I can go any other way.
I don't want you to, but I mean, who am I?
Yeah.
Just your good old wife who has to look at this face.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have a goatee next week. Probably not, but maybe.
Let's all cross our fingers, dot our I's, cross our T's for that to not happen.
And we could see, look, just like that.
Oh God,
what's the difference?
Let's move on. I'm moving on because I refuse to continue this topic.
Moving on from how you doing after homework hell?
Okay, homework hell. Homework hell is literally homework hell. And you know what? I even told Dan, I was like, I think today's homework hell required. We have this bullshit button. So I'm struggling mainly with our fourth grader, and every day it's 3 hours of homework every single day, every day. I'm going to emphasize the word every day. She's very intelligent, analyzes, overanalyzes, worries, and she's just such an amazing student and wants to be perfect, which creates this homework hell. Yeah. Between the amount and her personality and her need for perfection, but also she processes slower because she's constantly analyzing, makes it very difficult. So I'm struggling. I've been struggling with homework. You've been struggling in this whole process. I mean,
me?
Yeah. I mean,
you're struggling with fourth. I was out after third grade. I'd be happy to struggle with fourth grade homework right now. This is beyond.
This is crazy.
I mean, when she's asking me, Daddy, did you ever even go to fourth grade? Yeah. In a way different time and
we passed fine. So something that I really want to emphasize on the struggle part is the fact that this newer math in the last few years is all about teaching the kids like 70 different strategies for the one skill, right? Cool, whatever. You want to differentiate, you want to give kids an opportunity to figure out many different ways to solve that one problem. Yes, because we all think differently. They shouldn't be graded on every single strategy. If you found one strategy that works,
we found it a long time ago.
We found it, but
like this. 3 + 2, very easy. 3, 4, 5. That's it. Very simple.
Counting on. Regardless, I just get frustrated that they make it. I mean, the amount of scrap paper that we've had to use. What's a box theory? I'm looking at her. I'm like, Mila, I have no idea how to help you here. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? A crossword puzzle here? Yeah. Like, what is that? Oh, that's where that's how you show the math problem.
That's where you show it. We're like,
I have no clue. I didn't even want to bother her explaining that to me.
Yeah, it was intense.
Cool, mommy will deal with that.
It was intense. Again, that's why I brought out the button today. I was like, grr, grr, not near her for the show because it was intense.
Yeah, notebooks are going to be 20 by 20 pretty soon, just to show your work.
That's actually a good invention. Here is a.
I know we better edit that out. That was a good invention.
Shoot.
Backpacks are going to be bigger. Notebooks are going to be bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, resize everything.
Show your work. I mean, there was like one problem. Took up the entire page.
I know. She doesn't even write that big.
Yeah.
But whatever. So that was that's what I got going on, or had going on.
Well, between that and trying to get him to eat dinner was at the same time, and we tackled the two hardest things of the day at the same time. Well, two of the three, then bedtime. But
bedtime, that's all driven by.
Right.
But that's a different episode. Let's not even get into that.
Yeah.
Let's not even get into that. So episode 4, woo woo, we got here, babe. Episode 4. I'm a little nervous, but yet excited to talk about this topic because it is near and dear to me. Dan, can you?
You're the star of the show.
Yeah, the star.
You're on the hot seat now. I was on the hot seat last week.
Yeah.
Now you're on the hot seat.
So Dan was in the hot seat last week. Now it's my turn. So this week's episode we're calling Bad Mommy or Bad Mommy, whichever pronunciation you want. Bad Mommy. And I'm probably the best bad mommy.
I would have to agree.
Or at least I'm up there, right? I'm up there.
Well, we be clear about what you're saying with bad mommy. I mean, bad mommy is the reference to discipline.
Correct.
That you're saying you do most of the disciplining in this household.
Did you guys hear how that was like a little bit of a stutter there? Most to all. Oh. Yeah.
Mostly.
He's gotten really, really good, or better at least in the recent years, in the recent months. Maybe I'm giving you some slack there, but yes, I'm very much of the tough love cloth. That I'm like, actually Dan called it. I'm like, what did you call it the other day? I'm like something scolder, like the head scolder of the house.
And that goes for all of us. Duke, dog, me.
Oh
kids.
Yeah, the whole works. But I don't love being, like bad mommy all the time. Like, yeah, I discipline. Like, I am like I do set the rules and boundaries. They love me. I'm really fun, but I'm also the boundary setter in the house, and it gets to be it wears on me, guys.
Well, I get told on when I try to discipline them, then they tell on me that I'm yelling at them. See, when you yell and when you discipline, you do it with a purpose. Mm-hmm. Like there's some kind of solution involved in it. There's a remedy to what's going on here. Mm-hmm. I feel like my version is like, I can yell. I can scream, I can yell, I can say things, but I feel like it's mainly just benefiting me to get aggravation off of my chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, stop it. Hey.
Actually, that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
Can I bring my phone? Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, it's just.
Yes.
You know what I mean, though? Like, I feel like I get frustrated and I yell. Yeah. But I don't know what is that doing anything besides.
No, I don't think it's doing much besides them saying, oh, snap, Dad's yelling.
Right, like, I listen to you when you're telling them.
Yeah, when I'm scolding.
I'm either listening or I'm laughing behind their back, and that's another thing I get yelled at.
He's the worst. And not only because Liam's been Mr. Comedian lately, so then he's chiming in. He's a comedian, too. So.
And then he does the same thing to me when I'm getting yelled at.
Yeah, so Dan's working on being on my same team. It's important that we have a united front, and the kids know that, so they're not tag teaming against us and each other. No, I mean like the cállate, right there, the cállate that they know. That's it.
Everybody's got to look up and see who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's it. The cállate. So, for instance, they know what's up. The same thing with uno. The same thing with uno. Dos. Don't get. What do I start saying? Don't even let me get to uno.
Don't let me get to one. Yeah.
Don't let me get to one. I won't even get there. So my question is, why do people have such a hard time with discipline? Like the concept, the follow through. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is it easier to just kind of let it go and brush it off and
I mean,
not make a
it,
huge ordeal out of it? Maybe you're busy and
I,
I don't know.
it's easier on the front end,
Right.
sure, but then you're just kind of creating brats, right? You're creating brats or kids that feel like entitled.
And you don't want to scream either. Like you try your best to let the
Mhm.
situation just kind of diffuse and not have to raise your voice. And the other thing is, I think it's hard, especially for us, because we do have really good kids.
Oh, we have
I mean, when we're
amazing
talking
kids.
about discipline, I mean,
Yeah.
what is it? It's like maybe they're bickering back and forth with each
Hmm.
other. Maybe they're not eating.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to sleep. I mean, we get compliments all the time on their behavior. I
Yeah.
mean, they are very respectful. They don't embarrass us that much.
they don't they don't embarrass us. They are so respectful, but they are respectful because I mean, I on the front end, definitely. I mean, you were there as a supporter, but like that's where that whole bad mommy concept is. Like, I'm drill sergeant when it comes to manners and just being thoughtful and just like the whole human, right? The whole concept. We definitely don't like spoiling the kids. We don't everywhere we go. We don't have to buy them something because they have to understand too. Like, just because we go somewhere doesn't mean you have to buy something. It teaches them a small little lesson on budgeting.
I'm
And
very easy with that. I do not buy them whenever we in there. They know don't ask.
hard no.
Right. But it makes when you do get them something that much more rewarding to them. You
Yeah.
know, they feel like it was a reason they got
Yeah,
something.
they're excited about it, and it feels authentic to the moment versus it just being a part of every single day kind of thing, right?
Right. So luckily for us, it is little things. So maybe when if there ever comes a time when discipline becomes more of an issue, hopefully not. Hopefully they'll stay like this, and we won't. This is what we'll be dealing with.
Yeah, I
But
know. It's just hard for me because I'm always the like I don't want to say drill sergeant, but that's why I feel like sometimes I say I'm like I don't like being bad mommy in the mornings. Like, hey guys, you need to go to sleep because the next morning it's tough. The next morning you are going to struggle to wake up and have a great day. So make sure we go to sleep at this hour. But then they're like, can Daddy put us to sleep?
yeah. Well, that's something we definitely bedtime is something we
we
have been working on forever,
we
and we
struggle
are
still.
just. I mean, it is just
It's not our best at all.
right, and I don't help the situation because, like we said, you try to lay with them, you wait. I'm like, we are spending an hour and a half, sometimes longer, just
Yeah.
trying to put them to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Hmm.
What are we doing sitting on the floor for an hour and a half? I mean, we could be doing a podcast. Instead, we're sitting here for an hour and a half. Go to sleep. Stop talking. Go to sleep. Stop it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like a
I know.
broken record.
I know.
But
We did so well at a certain point, and then just life happened, and we let our routine get out of whack. Then from our routine to well, actually just our routine went out of whack. So then little lax here, little lax there, and there it goes. So bedtime, our weakest point, constantly working on it, but we're also at the point of life that we're just trying to survive certain things. Like, we're gonna pick our battles.
yeah,
And right now, I'm still bad mommy when it comes to bedtime, but we do what we can, right?
yeah. I mean, we'll get it straightened out. But
Well, my favorite is when they're like, well, Daddy said.
right. Well, it's the same thing. Like when you go to the store,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
I go to the store. If you go and they tell me, "Is mommy going to the store?" Yeah, yay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, "What do you mean, yay?
What do you mean,
What does that
yay?
mean?"
If
A
I
minute.
if I leave, first of all, it's like, mommy, do you have to go to work? Do you have work or do you have to leave?
Yeah, when they start asking questions,
Those are
mainly the younger
the
one,
youngest
Liam.
one, Liam. Those are
He's
his
very,
three
very slick,
questions.
and he thinks we can't tell what's going on.
So I'm really tight on electronics. What I mean by that is I really like to limit their time on electronics. So it's like a luxury when they get to have it, right? Like, can we have it? Can we have it now? Can we? Which is great. They have their task, right? They know, especially Liam. Liam's like, okay, so what do I have to do to earn electronic time? And he's like, okay, and he's like, hey, what was this number? And then he'll go through his task as quick as possible, which is terrible for quality assurance, right? He'll do anything so quick just to get electronics. So we're working on him slowing down. But yeah, like I'm really tough with them on that, and I do save it towards the end of the day where I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. Okay, guys, you can have electronic time. You earned it. But they definitely ask me if I'm leaving because someone is not as tight on electronics.
No, I am. I don't believe that they should be on it all the time
No,
either,
I
and
know
I don't
you
let them.
don't.
But they assume you
Yeah.
walk out, and all of a sudden there's a mad dash for the phone,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
the TV, or can we watch something, or whatever. So then she walks out, and it's me here. I got to lay the law down now, and we got to talk about how we're gonna use the phone and when we can, how many minutes. They
How
put a
many
timer
minutes?
on. They know to set the timer.
Mm-hmm.
What they should be watching. It's, oh, can we get this game? Can we buy
Yeah.
this? Whoa, hold on a second here. We're not buying stuff here.
Yeah, especially Liam. Liam's like, can I play this? Because he knows he's not allowed to play certain games, so he has to clear them with us before playing the game. Yeah, me.
Yeah, you guys might get to see Jen in action here. The little one keeps about his third time running out.
Popping in. Sometimes I don't know if you guys
bonus edition.
The snap, trying to be slick about it with the snap over here.
There he goes.
There he goes.
That was quick.
He gone.
But yeah, so like at night, as we're all settling down after all this, and we like to pick something and watch it as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So we pick something, we watch it. Mommy will tell us last episode or last one, and I'll be like, no, I want to watch one more.
He's the worst. No, I want to watch one more. Okay, well.
Daddy, don't you want to watch another episode? Yeah. And then wrong answer.
And I'm like, no, Dan, it is bedtime. Game over.
I mean, it amazes me that they get up still. I mean, it does. When they go to bed early, you can tell in the morning.
You can tell the difference.
I mean, that one day Mila was up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, it was a little too early.
Okay, hour later to bed next time. That's not going to cut it.
No,
I'm not getting up at 5
tell. You can always tell when they have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely keep this ship right.
I thought he was going to say ship. I was saying ship in my head. I think.
No,
thank you, babe.
You could tell. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
That's why things run the way that they do. It's a big part of it.
It's a team effort. It is a team effort, but I definitely take the reins on the discipline side. I always have. I've always felt that, it has to be a fine balance between love, fun, but discipline. They have to love and fear you. There's a level. The kids used to say all the time with Mila, like I would give Mila a little pow pow in the booty, but yet she would hug me. We would have a conversation as to why she did something, and then we would hug it out.
Yeah.
Right? We would have a conversation as to the why. Let's not do that again. Mommy forgives you, and now let's move forward. And we've always done that.
Right.
Yeah. So love, fun, discipline, but heavy on discipline. We got some great kids, man. I can't wait to see what our kids freaking do. They're amazing. They are amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they act up just like any other kid, and they give us a run for our money a lot of times.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, we give each other a run for our money a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it all comes with the turf.
It does. It's parenting. It's parenting.
Parenting.
There's always, I feel like there's always like this whole bad cop, good cop happening when there's a partnership going on. And we definitely, I feel like, have that in our household.
I feel like I get to take my aggression more out on Duke the dog than anybody when he pees and poops in the house. That's what gets me going.
Yeah, that gets Dan going.
Well,
he's one of our kids. He's
am.
one of our kids. And he does have accents because he's not on his schedule at the end of the day, and that's what gets him going. So we need to do better about our night routine. Sometimes things get so chaotic that Duke misses his nighttime outing, and then there's an accident in the middle of the day.
After laying on the couch all day, he's got to walk his butt over here to go to the bathroom.
And if anybody follows me on Instagram on my business page, I mean, there's so many photos of this guy being
He's got the life.
My best worst assistant ever. He's just there cheering me on.
And he always gives you that look. He knows when you walk in here and you're going to see it. He turns his head, looks away.
It's like it's the turn of shame.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't get up.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? It's been a solid episode. Let's wrap this bad boy up, Konikoff.
So I think we can just call you GBM then. If that makes you feel better.
GBM.
Good bad mommy.
I had to think about it.
If you don't like bad mommy,
GBM. I gotta process that slowly. GBM. Good bad mommy. I like that. You know what?
Sounds better.
It sounds better because somebody might interpret bad mommy as something so different. Because I'm a pretty awesome mom. I'm a tough mom, and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm cool with being a tough mom. Yeah. I'm a quirky mom. I'm very weird. I'm out there. I'm out of the box, but definitely when it comes to my kids being well behaved, you're welcome, society. We got some good eggs.
We do.
Yeah. Right.
So what's do we have something for next week or no?
We have a few ideas that we've been floating around, guys.
Oh boy.
We have some
Episode 5. Here we go.
Episode 5, some ideas floating around. I think we should put it out there into the social space and find out what people want to hear next. Yeah, so look for that. We will put it out there and see what the crowd wants to hear.
We had like a whole list, and then all of a sudden they sounded.
So we have such a good list that now, as we've actually progressed through these episodes, it's trying to weave these episodes together while also capturing what's going on in our life at the moment, right? So there's like a fine balance between over planning but being prepared, right?
I agree with that because something better always pops up. I mean, every day we get new material and it sounds better than, news is always better than old sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
You get excited to talk about it. There's all these things and it's only trying to talk for 25, 30 minutes. It's not as easy as it seems.
As you would think. And then sometimes, we want to make sure we stay on topic. But the first few minutes, we do want to talk about just new things that had happened during the day that it's just so shareable, right? That we think you would enjoy. And yeah, there's that. So we'll put the content out there to see what you guys want to hear for episode 5. We'll throw our ideas out there. Feel free to add to our ideas. Not too bad, right? So
I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room for a second.
Oh,
can we use some of these outtakes from today? Are we going to be able to share some of this stuff?
Yeah, we can totally make bloopers.
It's interesting. So we got through our first 3 episodes. No issues. Right through the whole episode. One and done. Mm-hmm. Today, this camera is acting up. If she keeps doing something, I'm not even going to move my hands because I'm scared to move my hands.
Acting a fool.
I don't know how many times. What is this? Like the 5th time now? At least?
More than 5. I'm scared.
Every time she would move her hand, this camera would go off and we'd have to start over. Or not start over, but find where we picked up.
We started starting over and then we're like, let's just...
I mean, it is so... I am so close.
I'm like, babe, hold on. We got this.
I hope she lets us share some of these outtakes.
Yeah, we should do some bloopers. I'll work on that.
This is the first time. I mean, it's been so good and now it's like, don't move. The thing's going to move.
And this is hard because I'm a Latina. I talk...
Right, you're in a train of thought.
I talk with my hands. I'm trying so hard to not make
You're in your train
movements.
of thought, what you want to do and what you want to say, and then you got to stop and try to remember. I mean,
I know, it's rough.
So hopefully we get that thing straightened out for next week.
So I got some YouTubing to do on this camera tomorrow. When I'm saying yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Thanks for revealing. I know he was like, "This is ridiculous."
Just in case you're editing We'll see how good your editing skills are when you got to
I
piece
guess
all
we'll
this
see.
together.
If you don't
So
know,
it's good that I did say something.
Yeah.
To why is it doing that? That's exactly why.
So if my editing skills are not up to par, you know why? Because I haven't had to edit before. Small things here and there, but
yeah, that gives. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was definitely it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Give us some feedback on that as well. Whatever. So thank you again so much for joining us tonight or today, wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching. We appreciate you taking the sit here and hang out with us.
See you next week.
See you next week. Every Sunday, new episode drops. YouTube and Spotify.
Probably.
Most likely. Always. Leave me alone, Konikoff. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to this episode of Life, Raw, Real, and Uncut. Please hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. Thanks again for tuning in, and we can't wait to hang out with you next week. Till next time.